listening to Range Minded from Independence Indoor Shooting. Before we get started, if you could leave us some feedback and a rating from wherever you get your podcast, we'd really appreciate it. It does help us out quite a bit. This is episode 88, which is our last-minute gift ideas episode for everyone on your list that loves firearms. We go over some really good gift ideas, some not-so-great gift ideas, and some really out-there, over-the-top gift ideas. But hey, if you've got the money, they're out there. We hope you have a very happy holiday season and hope this helps get you some last-minute gifts. And as always, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoy episode 88 of Range Minded, the last-minute tactical gift rush. Hello and welcome to Range Minded from Independence Indoor Shooting. My name is Mark Long and I am joined by the one, the only Burt Macklin.
That's right, Burt Macklin with the FBI.
I don't know that reference. You're going to have to educate me.
Are you serious?
I'll probably get it's a big duh moment once you tell me, but...
Do you never watch Parks and Rec?
No.
Have you never
I've seen like two episodes of Parks and Rec.
That is almost as good as The Office. Really? Yeah.
Well,
it's pretty funny, I think.
I've heard it's good.
So I'm kind of weird. Like I'm pretty conservative, but like I'll watch like 30 Rock. I think is a pretty funny show.
Sure, you're conservative with a sense of humor.
Yeah, like I'm not scared to laugh at myself. But yeah, Burt Macklin is it's not even a real character. It's just the one guy. It's Chris Pratt's character.
Oh, okay.
He pretends to be an FBI. He pretends like he's an FBI agent, and that's his name he goes by. Burt Macklin, FBI.
Love it. Good to know. Yeah, no, I never got into Parks and Rec. I've seen The Office through and through, I think twice. But yeah, I've just never been able to get into Parks and Rec. I haven't given it its fair shot. Let's say that. So
you should. I think it's pretty funny. And do you know where The Office is going to go after it gets off Netflix? Because it's gone in January.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say. It's off Netflix now. So, I mean, I'm going to have to find another show to binge. And I don't know where it's going to go, actually.
Oh, that's frustrating because I like The Office.
I do too. And it's going to have to go somewhere. So, but you know, what would be a great Christmas gift, though, is The Office full DVD or Blu-ray set.
Yeah, you know, are you hinting to me, or are you suggesting you're buying something for me?
No, I'm just saying in general that would be a great gift for anybody because we are talking about Christmas gifts in this episode. In fact, this is the last minute tactical gift rush because when, as you so named it, because when this episode airs, people will have, I think, 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Christmas is on a Wednesday, 3 days to buy a gift. If they haven't already.
And I'm sure everybody is up to date on their Christmas shopping.
Yeah, everybody's got their Christmas shopping done, no problem. So this episode's completely useless.
That's right. We both know that's impossible.
Yeah, no, I'm not even done with my Christmas shopping. Are you?
Well, depends on... We decided to do something different for Christmas this year. So in a way, yes, but then I feel guilty, which means no.
Right. You still got some time.
I've been working on my house. Excuse me. And that's what we were going to do for Christmas. But then, you know, I feel kind of bad about not giving gifts for Christmas.
Right. You can't like not have gifts for Christmas. I mean, especially if you have kids and you've got a couple. So.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah. Because that's the thing I've noticed is that as I get older, it's not about getting gifts. It used to, as a kid, it's about getting all the gifts, and you want every gift known to man. But as I feel like as I get older, it's not about getting gifts; it's about giving the gifts and really seeing the joy on people's faces when you give them the gifts that that you've thought about and saved for and all that.
Definitely more meaningful that way.
Yeah. So never thought that would happen to me, but here we are.
That's what happens when you get old, my friend.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. So,
well, you have no choice.
Well, if you are, yeah, that's true. If you have not finished your Christmas gift shopping and you are up the creek right now, we are here to help.
Yeah, and hopefully any of our advice comes in as a benefit.
Hopefully, yeah. So because we have some good gift ideas, and just as importantly, we have some not so good gift ideas, because I feel like, and it could be maybe any hobbyist too, but with the world of guns and firearms and stuff, there are some good gifts you can give, and there are also some bad gifts you can give, because, you know, we've talked about before that the firearms are a very personal thing, very personal choice, and that extends to beyond just the firearm, I think.
Yeah, there are some really crummy ideas out there, but that's half the fun.
Yeah. And there's some, I think we can talk about some fun trends that are going on, or some silly accessories that you can get, because just like in any other hobby, there's going to be some ridiculous over-the-top things that people are going to try to hawk to get some money out of you. So,
yeah. Well, there's always room for novelty, and I've got a couple.
True. Yeah, that's true too.
Which are definitely novelty, but some of them, some people are serious, I think, when they create some of this junk.
Oh, I'm sure, because they think it's tactically superior, of course.
Oh, yes. Well, they got to capitalize on every option.
Right. So, well, why don't we actually start with a silly one? I know you've probably got one or two right there. So, what did you find that was like your favorite, like silly, like thing or novelty item that you could get for somebody as a gift?
So, hopefully this isn't too crass.
Oh, no.
But
getting out of the way early.
Year, yeah, let's just get it out. I think it was last year when this came out, like last July, this article.
Uh-huh.
But their number one worst accessory ever was something called gun stickles.
Oh, no. What are gun stickles?
It's exactly what it may sound like.
Gun testicles.
Something that dangles from the fore end of anything with a Picatinny.
Oh, I know what this is. Yeah, buddy.
Absolutely stupid.
Oh man, it's a foregrip though. It's fine, and you can put it on. You can put it on a pistol too.
This
an
particular
AR pistol.
One. This particular set is not a foregrip. It actually legitimately dangles.
Oh wow, I think that's like, a new development then.
It's very. Appears to be very free-flowing.
Gunsticles. Loving it. Yeah, because it was last year that there was I think it was the tax. Is it the tax sack? Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can file those both under the same, where there's the gunsticles, which you're talking about, which actually does dangle back and forth, so you can't really. It's not going to give you an affirmative grip on that firearm there.
No. It's simply a conversation piece.
Oh boy, can you imagine walking up to the range and seeing somebody with that?
I think I'd have to kick them out, because obviously they do not take shooting seriously
for obscenity,
or they lost a bet.
Yeah, seriously. My question is though, do they come in more than just black? Oh yeah, they come in
apparently, because here's some that are in like OD or something, or not OD, but
they've got flat dark earth. Tactical,
that's what these are. Yeah,
tactical black, and then they've got a lot of stickers.
So pretty much ridiculous.
Wow, how about that? And they're only $20.
Oh, it's a bargain.
Yeah, so you would be dumb not to get that for somebody.
It's like almost saving money.
So, and then there's also that goes along with I forgot about this. This was big last year. The tax sack.
Yeah,
which is basically it's a foregrip. Yeah, foregrip. And it does not dangle. But it comes in a multitude of colors.
I wonder if anybody, because there's a lot of special people that write the ATF letters about accessories.
And is this
I wonder if somebody has had the fortitude to ask the ATF if that would like disqualify. Say if they put it on an AR pistol,
right?
If it would count as a true vertical foregrip.
Oh no, you can actually, because. So actually, it's funny you bring that up, because I just found this on Reddit, and I remember reading about this a while ago, but this is back from 2016, believe it or not. And somebody actually wrote the ATF, and they got a response back. And it said, in your note, you asked us about the attachment of a specialized forward grip device, TACSAC, to an AR-15 type pistol. And it says...
it turns it into an NFA item, doesn't it?
If used as intended, this device would not constitute reclassification of your pistol as an AOW.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Officially from the Chief of Firearms Technology Criminal Branch of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
You know, those guys had a good time writing that letter.
Oh,
back.
yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing I think a lot of people think about the ATF. Obviously, there's all the memes and stuff about like, you know, the ATF guy looking over the fence and shooting dogs and all that kind of stuff. But imagine being those guys and seeing all those letters that come through and stuff. They have to have a sense of humor.
Well, I hope I doesn't get a visit from the ATF. I've met some that are not really that exciting to talk to, but I've also met some that are gun guys. They're very pro 2A.
Sure.
But they're just, their job is to enforce. And so they still have to make sure people are compliant, but they still are pretty cool guys on some level.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it has to be like, you know, your general law enforcement or your local law enforcement, where there's some folks who are gun guys and some guys who aren't.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, but yeah, go grab yourself a tax sack. That's a poor choice of words. Or what was yours? The gun stickles?
Yes, the guns. Yeah.
Yeah, the gun
whole
stickles.
handful.
Yeah, buddy. That's
a
for
whole handful.
That's for your office mate who you love, who you know also loves guns.
Yeah, it definitely, man, I guess I can't even say what I was going to say. Definitely a white elephant. I was going to say something completely different, but it might not have.
Why don't we leave that to everybody's imagination?
Yeah, let's just move on.
So I actually have a pretty good list of good gift ideas.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I think that a lot of people wouldn't think about as good gun gift ideas, extra magazines, as long as you know the right ones to get.
Oh, yeah.
Because magazines are one of those things where they're just especially depending on the gun that you have, are just expensive enough to be irritating.
Yes, most firearms.
Yeah, I mean they're usually anywhere between like $20 and $30, but some of them can get as high as like $40.
Well, you get like most of the SIGs, even the little tiny SIGs, they're like almost $60 for a magazine.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's stupid.
Well, and like my Walther PPQ magazines, they're made by Metgar, the official ones at least, and those are, the 17 rounders I think are like $40, $45 or whatever. So,
well, Metgar makes almost every metal magazine out there is made by Metgar,
right? And
then people complain that I don't want to buy an aftermarket Metgar magazine. Hello?
Yeah, they make them, and I mean the Metgar mags are actually the stock ones that are made for Walther.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, even my little PPS I just looked it up on Gun Mag Warehouse, $35 for an 8-round mag.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, man, they're expensive no matter what.
Thankfully, an AR mag is affordable and reasonable.
Yeah, that's true. And especially, I was going to say, if you have a Glock, you can get a Magpul Glock mag, which is actually not too expensive, right?
Even better, you can get a 2A Magpul mag, which is made in Idaho.
That's true.
Or a 2A Glock mag. Excuse me.
But I mean, imagine you're Christmas morning and you're sitting at the Christmas tree and you see this, weird shaped, present. You open it up, it's for you, and there's like 6 magazines in there. I'd be like, man, that's amazing.
That is a very practical gift, and I think that
would be great. But you just the only thing is you have to know what kind of gun you're getting it for. That's the only thing, because maybe what you could do in that instance, if I were to offer some advice, is maybe if you can take a picture of the carry gun, or take a picture of, the gun when you're at the range or something like that, and bring it to the gun store.
That's exactly what I was got.
Oh, you were going to say that?
That's what I was thinking, was like a great way to go is, say, if you're a gal and you don't know what mags your boyfriend or husband has, you say, hey, will you take me to the range shooting? And then you can take all sorts of selfies and stuff with the guns. And then you can take those pictures, just like you're saying, to the store. Yeah,
take it to the shop and say, hey, my boyfriend, my husband, whatever, or my girlfriend or whatever, has this gun. I don't know what it is, but I know that they always talk about getting more magazines. So can you help me out? And that's the thing, is I think a lot of people don't think about magazines as like an important part of like your firearms kit. But like for me, I always have like a magazine loaded with like self-defense ammo. And that's just one that I keep in like one certain spot or whatever. And then I take the other mags to go to the range. And it's usually, the range is a lot more fun if you don't have to spend so much time loading magazines.
Yeah.
Or if you take a class and you've got
very true.
you know, there's all that kind of downtime loading magazines or whatever, the less time you have with that, the kind of faster you can go along. So,
right. And I've spent some time with some seasoned trainers, in my experience in managing ranges, and all of them have said you need like at least 3 or 4 magazines for your handgun. Most handguns only come with 2. A lot of handguns only come with 1, which is super annoying.
Yeah, it's actually surprising to me.
It is pretty sad. And so for that reason, if you're training, you need to have plenty of mags to go through. In classes, most classes, like all the classes we offer, we ask that at least you have 2 magazines.
Right.
So it's an essential part.
Yeah, because one of the big things of training too is magazine changes. And if you only have 1 mag, you can't really do magazine changes. And if you only have 2 mags, I mean, you're really not going to be changing. You're going to have to reload those magazines every time, and it's going to just take way too much time. So yeah, that was my stroke of genius. The one stroke of genius that I had for gift ideas is get extra magazines for whatever gun.
It's very practical. I like it.
Yeah, and some Buzz Marketing Gun Mag Warehouse. They have every kind of magazine you could ever want for rifles, shotguns, handguns, anything.
Nice.
It's a great place to go. But if you're online, otherwise, obviously go to Independence or your local gun store.
Well, and the nice thing is like you can shop iishooting.com, our website.
Yeah.
And that stuff will ship right to your house. You don't have to go to the store to pick it up.
Yeah, that's
You're
true
welcome
too.
to if you want to have it shipped to the store, but it's a non-serialized part. It can go right to your house. And so it saves driving around town, and
I did forget
some of that hassle, which is cool.
I forget we have our pro shop online. Yeah, iishooting.com.
Yeah.
And then like you said,
straight from our distributors. So
yeah, and like you said, 2A, I think.
Yeah, I meant to.
That's right. Yeah, I'm all confounded with the holidays right now, but Amentu obviously makes fantastic mags. They're local Idaho company.
Spice latte.
Yeah, must have been. So, but yeah, so magazines. I mean, AR mags. I mean, Magpul. There's Hex mags. Amentu, obviously. Or like
Hex mag. Hex mag just started making Glock mags. I noticed.
Oh, did they really?
Recently. Yeah, but then there's a bunch of other ones that are out there, and some of them are really good mags.
Yeah.
ETS makes some good mags.
Well, the other thing I was going to say too is it doesn't have to be for an AR or a handgun either. Like the Ruger 1022 magazines. Those come with standard 10 round like rotary mags, and that's cool. Obviously it gets you where you need to go. But those 25 round mags that like Ruger themselves makes and a couple other people make or whatever, way cooler and it makes a 1022 way more fun.
Yeah, and there are some aftermarket stuff, but those BX mags are by far superior.
Yeah, I think it's BX 25s, right?
And they make a 15 round mag that's pretty good too. It's a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with the 10 round rotary mags, but you're gonna have a lot more fun for a longer time with the 25 rounders or the 15 rounders. So
yeah.
Yeah, so that was my great gift idea. Do you have a great gift idea?
Well, I was thinking on the practical side,
right,
and it's kind of close to that, is one of those Aplula magazine loaders.
Well, see, look at that. We're right on the same page. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, and if you've never used one, you know what it's like to have sore thumbs.
Oh yeah, it's funny taking new shooters to the range and trying to show them how to load magazines. Because I've got it. I mean, you go enough and you get it down pretty easily and you can get away without sore thumbs a little bit. But if you're new to it, it can be kind of a turnoff to shooting, actually.
Well, and I've seen people really struggle, even with, and I don't think Glock mags are that hard to load, but I've seen people really struggle. And I've also seen people cut their thumbs open on full metal mags too, like handgun magazines.
Yeah, talking about Mech-Garm and metal mags and stuff like that. If you put a lot of force down on there and then it slips or whatever, those mag lips are not soft. at all.
Especially if it's an older mag that's kind of got some wear on it. There might be some serrations or something on those feed lips that not good.
Yeah, not great. So yeah, go ahead.
If you guys don't know what Blula makes a lot of magazine loaders for a lot of different things, but the ones in particular I'm thinking of are for the the handgun magazines, and they'll work on a single or a double stack from I think 380 all the way up to a 45.
Yeah,
and it's just a device that you slide the magazine.
Sorry, you don't have to worry about gun model. It works on like basically every kind of handgun mag ever.
Yeah, single stack or double stack. They work with everything. They do have some that are similar or just like that, I guess, for the 22 magazines, but those aren't terribly hard to load. Most of those have a little thing on the follower on the magazine, but those Aplulas are super simple to use, and I can't remember what we have them at for the store. I want to say they're under $30. Yeah,
it's probably about that, I would say, or right around that price point.
Pretty good deal, I think.
And they make magazine loaders for like rifle mags too. Like they make kind of like their own little version of stripper clips where you can like reload them and then push everything down into an AR magazine, or like they even make an AK one, and it's like you put the round in, and then like you have this crank that goes back and forth, or this like lever that goes back and forth, and that's what you use to load it, and it's way easier, especially if you're loading 30 at a time or 40 at a time or whatever.
Yeah, they have some really cool stuff.
Yeah, so that's a great practical gift.
Yeah, it's pretty nifty.
Yeah, because like I said, I mean, I think sometimes loading the magazines can turn somebody off to shooting, especially if they, like you said, cut their hands on the feed lips or whatever, or like they get sore thumbs, or like they're forcing it or whatever, and it can hurt after a while. So having something like that is really going to make your shooting experience better, and I think last a lot longer.
Absolutely.
So well done.
Well, thank you.
So I have one of my bad gift ideas.
Oh, here we go.
And you're going to have to let me explain a little bit. So don't jump at me.
Okay.
So I think a bad gift idea is a gun.
Okay.
Unless you know the specific one they want.
Okay.
Because there we go.
I don't disagree with that statement at all.
Because we've talked about, your own personal firearm, whether it's for carry, for home defense, for competition, for, just plinking on the range. It's a very personal choice. It's how it feels in your hand, how the trigger feels to you. I mean, like, you're a Glock guy, I'm a Walther guy. Things are going to feel different for different people. That's why people drive different kinds of cars. And you really don't want to just go buy, especially if it's like your girlfriend, your wife, or something like that. Yeah. Oh, here, I got you this, Taurus 45. Ruger. Yeah.
Or a Ruger LCP. It's perfect to carry.
Yeah. And it's pink. You should love it. Right. And then they go shoot it, and then they find out they hate it and they never want to go shooting again. That can kind of backfire.
That's right.
So
happens a lot.
Yeah. And I've seen it, like I said, I think it said in the last episode with Levi talking about how, RSOing for the independent women, and they bring the guns that their husbands or their boyfriends or whoever say that they should bring, and I don't like this at all, and shooting's not that fun. And then Jess or Sarah brings them that Shield EZ, and now they can bring them the Shield 9 EZ, and it's a whole different world, and they love it.
Yep. A whole new shooting experience opens up in front of them.
Yeah, so you can really make or break somebody's love or hatred of shooting, I think, with the right or the wrong gun. So unless you know exactly the kind of gun that you're getting, you should probably stray away from getting somebody a firearm.
I like it.
There's just too many variables.
Agree with you.
Especially
you're right.
Especially if, like you said, if somebody's like, "Oh, I want a Glock for Christmas."
Which one?
There's only 50 different models.
Almost. Not quite.
Give or take.
But if you ask anybody else, like a 1911 guy, they're all the same.
Yeah.
It's a Glock. They're just terrible.
It's just Tupperware. So it doesn't matter. Get whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's all different kinds of handguns and guns for different use cases too. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to use a Glock 17 necessarily for concealed carry if you have a Glock 26 or a Glock 19X or, You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you're not going to use like the LCP, like I just said, for competition.
Yeah, exactly. So you have
unless
to,
it's some silly kind of competition, anyways.
yeah, you have to kind of be plugged into the firearms world if you're going to know and know specifically what the person wants that you're getting it for. And not to mention, I just realized there's a little bit of legal matters to deal with too. Is you can't just buy a gun and fill out a background check and then give it to somebody.
Yep.
So, because that's a straw purchase.
And you can't, and and you don't really want to go to prison for a firearms charge,
especially during Christmas.
Yeah, that tends to put a damper on the Yule time.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like Christmas Story, where all the SWAT guys break into your house and all that.
Yeah.
Tell me you've seen that movie.
Not good. Not good. What movie?
Christmas Vacation?
Story? I haven't heard of it.
Oh, did I say Christmas Story? I meant Christmas Vacation. I'm sorry.
Yes, I've seen Christmas Vacation. That's almost as good as Die Hard as far as a Christmas movie.
Top 2, I would say. So, but how you can get around that is to get a gift certificate to your...
You saying there's a loophole?
Maybe not a loophole, but maybe just a way around getting somebody a firearm is getting them a gift certificate or a gift card to...
And they can use that.
Or to the website or to the local gun shop of their choice.
Nice.
I think that's the better way to do it.
I like it. It is. It's a safer way. And gift cards, a lot of people say they're so impersonal, but in a way
exactly.
It is pretty personal because they can pick whatever they want.
They can get whatever they want.
They may not have the thought process, or I may not have the thought process about something imaginative, but what the heck? It's a gift card and they can buy what they want.
Well, and the thing is too, is that maybe if you don't want to necessarily buy a new gun, you can buy range time, you can buy an ammo, you can buy an accessory, maybe like a weapon light or something that you've wanted, like something that maybe that you wanted that you haven't been able to buy yourself, or it's just too expensive to justify the cost. Well, if you have a gift card, maybe you can get that thing that you want now.
Yeah, or at least even offset it a little bit, which is awesome.
Yeah. So I think a gift card is always a great idea, no matter what. Or you can even put, at least at Independence, I'm pretty sure you can put gift cards towards classes and stuff too.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, that was another one of my practical gift ideas is education, which I know we beat that horse to death, but but it's true.
Well, tell me more.
Well, what better way to say I love you, spouse, by giving them the ability to defend themselves? Right?
100% true.
In case something bad happens, like we wear our seatbelts, we have fire extinguishers, we have life insurance. So why don't we love our families enough to give them an education?
Right. And I think one of the best things you can do, especially if you're introducing somebody to the shooting sports, is our First Shots program.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if they're and that's obviously designed for like people that haven't really touched guns or very, very little contact with firearms.
Right.
It gives them a chance to actually pull the trigger in a safe environment and kind of just break the ice. And that's the point of that program. But even another thing that kind of popped into my mind is our trauma classes that we teach.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
That class has less to do with shooting accidents as it does in real life case scenarios. So that's a gift that would give no matter what.
Right. That's in all kinds of situations and everything, because you never know when you're going to come upon, some kind of emergency situation. I think you and I have both talked about times where we've just been minding our own business or driving or whatever, and we've kind of come upon an accident or something's happened, and you wish you kind of had that medical training.
Yeah, and I can only imagine how helpless I would feel if, and I'm not an EMT or anything by any means, but how helpless I'd feel if it was my family, one of my kids or my wife or something, and I was completely unable to help. That would be super difficult to deal with. So why not? Why not give them the gift of learning how to take care of something in an emergency situation?
Right. And then not to mention they have something to look forward to, and then that might lead them to different classes as well. And,
Absolutely.
especially if somebody who's maybe never taken some education before, maybe it would, turn them on to some more education as they go along.
Mm-hmm. You're right. If it's somebody that's in not sure if they want to, be involved in any kind of firearms at all, but they come into Independence to take a class of first aid, stop the bleed class, maybe it'll open their eyes a little bit to not just the obvious dangers of firearm use, but they'll see that there's a positive point to firearms use as well. Might open some new doors, like you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's a great one. I think that's a great idea. You have to tell me though, you have to have another terrible gift idea.
Well, I have a terribly awesome gift.
Oh, here we go.
Now this may be slightly restrictive for some people to, it requires a little bit deeper pocket.
Okay. So it's a little cost prohibitive.
I'll put it that way. It is. I do know, I know of a couple people that this might not be such a bad purchase, and maybe they're even listening. It'd be pretty awesome, because if that's the case, you can buy a UH-60M Blackhawk.
A Huey?
Not the Huey, but the Blackhawk.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah, so there are some that are being released to civilians.
Really?
Obviously, they're demilitarized. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. How cool would that be?
It would be super cool. I've been trying to find actual pricing on these. Like, I spent probably an hour and a half trying to find prices on it without getting on mailing lists and talking to salespeople. I mean,
sure.
I'm not a serious contender in purchasing one.
Yeah.
But it looks like you can find them for $6 million and under a little bit.
Chump change.
But you know how
big deal,
badass that would be to roll into Independence in your own Blackhawk.
Oh, you could land on the on the roof and just come on down the ladder.
You could.
There's no way Ryan would let you just shoot for free. Like, man, you just pulled a huge one. You must have a tack sack under there. You're ready to go.
And maybe if you got if maybe you put an M60 on it, you could put one of those tack sacks on the front of it.
Oh, how great would that be?
Because
just swinging back and forth.
Because you've earned it, my friend.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, no, I was looking up the price. I was trying to look up the price while you were talking. $5.9 million is the price. That might have been new, so I'm guessing you might be able to get it for like.
Yeah, that's in some of my research. That's I think what the government was paying for them was for $6 million.
So maybe let's say like.
I swear I've heard them. I think I've heard the first few that were released for like $2 million, but they were pretty wore out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a bummer. But yeah, man, how great would that be?
But the nice thing is I know there's surplus pilots out there.
Oh, yeah.
That know how to fly these things.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And if you can afford one, you could probably afford your own pilot to go with it.
Yeah, that's true. At least to show, or like, at least afford your own lessons, to be able to learn how to fly one of these things. So that'd be a great gift.
It'd be super cool. So if anybody's out there wondering, if they have an extra $3-4 million that they want to give away for Christmas, I know what you can put under my Christmas tree.
So now that actually makes me curious. Are we able to buy tanks?
Actually, yes, because that's also on my list of ridiculous gifts.
Because that came up. That's what came up next in my mind. Check
this out. I found this place in some country I cannot pronounce. It's somewhere in Eastern Europe. I think it's near the Czech Republic.
Okay.
Or Czechoslovakia. I don't even know. Is it Czech Republic or Czechoslovakia now?
I believe that's gonna cut out of my.
It's somewhere over there.
I believe it's the Czech Republic.
These guys specialize in demilitarized tanks.
Man, that's awesome.
And I found several for sale. Now their guns are decommissioned. They can't, well, at least to the United States. Probably in Europe you can have a functioning tank.
Man.
But in the United States for civilian use, it is completely illegal to purchase a tank.
How awesome would that be?
But the guns are the guns are out of service.
Right. Yeah, those probably have to be deactivated, right?
I actually know somebody, and I think he actually might listen. He might be one of our listeners. A friend of mine from Boise, who was currently working on purchasing a tank.
Really?
Yep, and it might have even been from this website. He was working pretty hard to get it here.
Which kind?
And I don't know.
What kind of tank?
I can't remember. It was some European style tank, and it might have been from the same website.
Because I found something that you can buy on eBay. At least from earlier this year, there was a 1943 Sherman tank on eBay.
Oh, how cool would that be?
For the low price of $195,000, but the reserve hadn't been met.
That's the price of a Tesla.
Yeah.
I could drive a tank and get like 3 gallons per mile.
Right.
and park wherever I wanted.
Yeah, one of my favorite things on this post is that it shows you vehicle cruising speeds, right? And it's a 5-speed transmission on this 1943 tank. First gear, 2 miles an hour. Second gear, 5 miles an hour. Third gear, 9 miles an hour. Fourth gear, 14 miles an hour. And fifth gear, a whopping 21 miles an hour. Can you imagine how much gas this thing uses going 21 miles an hour?
Oh, but you know how cool that would be.
Oh, that'd be great.
You want to hear a great story as far as like it comes to tanks?
Sure.
So here in Eastern Idaho, there's a couple different parks. So there's a park in Rigby, which is a small town, where a former Mayor Scott was I don't know if he was a tank commander, but he was on a tank in World War II.
Oh wow, okay.
And he worked a deal to get the tank, get a tank in the park. Just
nice.
You know, like a landmark.
Sure.
Well, St. Anthony, which is another dinky little town on the way to Island Park.
Yeah.
They also got a tank to put in one of their parks.
Oh, really?
Here's a fun thing is apparently the weld on the hatch was poorly done because they got to seal it all up so people don't get it. Well, some dude was able to get in the tank in St. Anthony and start it up. This. He got it running.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know if he like drove it around or anything, but yeah,
that's like one of those things where it's like, oh, this thing's open. There's no way I can get into this. Oh my god, I got into this, and then it's like, wait a minute, the key is in it. Why is it? There's no way this thing will start up. Oh my god, I started it up.
Yeah, how cool would that be?
That's insane. That's amazing. Can you imagine
answer your?
Oh, that's great.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's so crazy. Like, because like 50% of you would want to take that thing out and just go like drive around just out of principle because you can, but then the rest of you's like, I'm gonna get 6 kinds of arrested for this.
But who's gonna stop you until you run out of fuel, anyways?
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, that's hilarious. Just traipsing around Eastern Idaho.
It would be so cool though, like to own a tank. Honestly, $200,000 for a collectible World War II vintage tank.
Priceless.
Doesn't sound too bad.
That's history right there.
Yeah, it's cheaper than a Blackhawk.
Yeah, by a long shot, and it probably a lot more easy to pilot. So, if you're
I can figure that one out.
If you're a multimillionaire and listening to the Range Minded podcast, go ahead and grab one of those.
Yeah, today's your lucky day. You just got some good gift ideas.
Yeah, man. So the other, I had another couple. And these kind of go together as like a package deal as good gift ideas. It's kind of like a range kit, maybe not necessarily like a range bag because again, might be a little too personal. Sure. But just like convenience items for the range. So like targets, binder clips, staple gun, staples. You know, extra ear protection, like not like maybe over the ear protection, but what do you call them? Like the little construction grade ones where you roll them up and put them in your ears in case you have like an extra person coming to shoot or whatever.
Yeah, little foamies.
Yeah, foamies. Yeah, exactly. So just like, you know, get like a gift basket almost and put like all those things together because those are the things where like you're shooting with somebody and you don't think of it. And then it's like, actually this happened to me at Independence a few weeks ago. I brought my buddy Daniel shooting because he's just been rabidly wanting to go ever since we took him the first time in April. And it's been like one of like every other week thing ever since. and
Nice.
we were shooting, and it happens to everybody. He shot one of the binder clips off, and I go, oh, let me go grab one from the cabinet, and it's because you work there and you know where everything is, and you can just go grab one because you know where everything is. But it's like, if I didn't work there, I'd be like, I'm not going into any cabinet, like, and I don't have any binder clips. Like,
Yeah.
I'd spend 10 to 20 minutes going to the front desk asking for binder clips, and then they just tell you where they are. But it's not something that like the average person is just going to go do,
Right.
So binder clips,
and
all that kind of stuff.
And a lot of people don't even realize that binder clips are super handy at the range.
Exactly.
Like, that's just something you wouldn't think about. It's just office supplies. Why would you use them at the range? But to hold targets up, that's the only way to go.
I mean, that's what we do. And then there's extra ones sitting on either side of the range and everything. So
the other thing in there I would include in that range bag is just some painter, like the white painter's tape.
Oh yeah.
And because that, man, you can tape targets and they last a long time.
Oh yeah. Or like the target stickies or whatever. That kind of help. That would help too.
Yeah. The target stickies are more money than just a roll of painter tape, though.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, and that's one of those cases where like a firearm specific thing is going to be more expensive because it's for firearms. So you kind of got to watch out for that because, and we've talked about that too. I think we're like targets, like a pack of 50 targets can be, X amount of dollars, but a roll of 100 paper plates from, Target or from Albertsons or wherever, way cheaper.
Super cheap. Yeah.
So,
and they do make good targets. Like that's, you just got to be creative.
Yeah, you don't have to go over the top with it. So, yeah. So, I mean, you just kind of like a convenience pack, for the range would be a great idea.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Another bad gift I have, and this is actually an expensive bad gift. And I actually saw this on a YouTube video because I was researching this today about like, researching, yeah, for good gifts and bad gifts and stuff like that. And I'm not going to say who it was, but it was a pretty well-known gun channel. And it was, for gifts for gun people or whatever. And they suggested actually a gun safe. And I thought that's
a bad gift?
I thought it was a terrible gift idea.
Oh man, I would say that's a great gift idea. Why is your reasoning as a bad idea?
Because you don't know how many guns somebody has, and if so, okay, let's pretend a little bit here. So imagine you're a woman, right?
That's a lot of pretending. Yeah.
Okay, and imagine, oh well, my husband or my boyfriend or whatever he's only got like 10 guns, so I can just get him this like little safe that holds all 10 of his guns. It'd be perfect, right? Oh, I actually have 25 guns. Didn't really know how to tell you this, but Merry Christmas. And this safe is not going to fit all my guns.
I guess that's fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, I get it.
I was actually thinking that'd be an awesome, but here's the remedy for that.
Yeah.
Just buy a huge Rhino safe.
There you go. That would be the good remedy to that is buy something way bigger than what you think you need, or what you think your gift recipient needs, and I think you'll be okay.
So I may have just picked up another safe last week when I was over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and it was a safe that I'd wanted for a long time, actually.
Oh, really?
So it was a good Christmas gift for me.
Happy Merry Christmas to yourself.
Yeah, it was a little bit more expensive than it needed to be. Actually, I got a really good deal on it.
Well, but we've talked about
safes
are going to be expensive, but it's one of those, one-time deals where you don't, I think buy once, try once.
So I went straight to Rhino and I mean,
local Idaho company,
paid, but yeah, and so I bought one of their Warthog safes, which is awesome.
Nice.
And maybe you saw my Instagram post of me driving back from Boise last week.
I may have.
Yeah, there was a lot of weight in the back of the truck.
How was your gas mileage on the way back?
Actually, I still got like 14 miles a gallon.
Oh, that's not too bad. all that hauling power in that Ford.
That's right.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, a small safe. Yeah, I could probably see your reasoning that that's not that cool unless it's the small like bedside safe.
Sure.
Because that's cool, I think. But you're right. Like if it's like a 19 gun safe and the recipient has maybe more than 30 guns.
Yeah. So I guess
who would have that many?
That's
guns,
what I would say. If you're going to buy a gun, safe for somebody, make it bigger than you think you need.
Yeah.
I think that would be my advice.
I like it.
Yeah, but that's basically all I had. I mean, you don't have to overthink it really. Just get something that you think they're going to enjoy. Nothing too personal. When in doubt, get a gift card.
So yeah, I had one more that I thought was awesome, and they can get really expensive or they can be affordable. Is like some kind of a night vision setup.
Oh, there you go. That'd be amazing.
There's night vision out there that has become very affordable.
Yeah, it's coming down in price
technology
real quick. Yeah,
so as an ATN, we have some at the store. I can't remember who they are now.
Oh, really?
But they're under like $1,000 for like a night vision scope, which
really?
I think is a smoking deal.
That is, yeah, that's a great deal.
Obviously, you can spend. So I pulled up some stuff off Optics Planet, and here's some basically nods. I mean, yeah, it's expensive night vision. It's $4,200. Obviously, that's a little bit more money,
right?
But I mean, you can spend, like we're saying, you can spend $800 up to, $10,000 on night vision stuff. But I think it'd be a cool present is if you could afford to give somebody like a night vision scope or something, so they can go out and kill hogs in Texas one night or something. I think it'd be awesome.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I was going to say, especially if like they're a rancher or a farmer or something like that, and they've got kind of a pest problem of one kind or another.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Why not?
Why not?
Maybe all my gifts are a little out of the price range for our average user or listener, but
hey, but they're great ideas. So
I guess if all else fails, you can buy the can opener that fits on your AR too. I guess whatever.
I'm just going to go with the tack sack.
And your gunticles?
Yeah, exactly. I've got a couple ARs, so I've got one for each. So, but I think that closes it up for our tactical quick tactical gift set run. Now I can't think of what you called it. Last minute tactical gift rush. There we go.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, if you have any gift ideas maybe we left out, or anything that you think would be a great gift, let us know. Or maybe you need some help. Podcast@iishooting.com.
And if you're in the Boise area and you need some advice, whether you're a guy or gal shooter, we have sales associates of both spectrums, and maybe I don't know
of all kinds
that can help you in your endeavors. So don't be scared. We're not overbearing or G.I. Joe-ish in there. We're pretty fun to hang out with. So
yeah, exactly. So stop on in, or just shoot us an email, or find us on Instagram and Facebook @RangeMinded Podcast. We'll help you out.
Yeah, and if you want to save some money on optics, I haven't thrown this out in a while, have I?
Oh no, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, so you can jump on Right On Optics on their website, and if you want to save 15% on anything website wide during checkout, in the promo code, just put S Zimmerman, and it'll save you 15%.
It's a great deal, no matter how you slice it. So,
heck yeah,
cool. Well, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, have fun, guys.
All right, happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Oh, yes. I forgot to say that.
Yeah, because this will be a couple of days before Christmas when this one comes out. So hope you have a great Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy New Year. Yeah, Kwanzaa's made up. So.
Oh, jeez. Great way to end.
It is.
Oh,
see you guys.
Here we go. See ya. Thanks for listening to Range Minded. Find us online at Range Minded Podcast on Facebook, or send us an email at podcast@iishooting.com. We're always happy to get feedback, episode suggestions, whatever you want to send us, really. And be sure to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and pretty much wherever else you get your podcasts from. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.